So there's an article in the news that a lot of banks have tied up with developers for off-plan lending. But what has changed? Let me break it down and make it simple for you. Initially, as per central bank regulations, banks could lend a maximum of 50% for off-plan properties. However, the banks did two things. First, they had an extremely restricted list of approved developers, probably the top two or top three, where they would lend to an off-plan buyer and the rest they wouldn't. Second, they added an additional caveat, which is while they'll pay the 50%, they also wanted to make sure that the construction of the property also reached 50%. So that was where the problem was. Typically, a lot of developers would have only reached a construction progress of 35% while the payments were at 50%. And because of that, majority of the buyers had to first put in 70% of their own money before the banks actually came in. So what has changed now? First, a few banks have increased the number of approved developers from those 1 and 2 to almost the top 10 tier 1 developers in the country. And they're also looking at adding more quality developers where they will finance off plan up to 50%. Second, and this is an important part that has changed, is that the caveat of the construction that they put in has dropped from 50% to 35%, thus allowing a lot of buyers to take an off-plan mortgage once they've paid 50% to the developer. Key point to understand is that the law hasn't changed. The 50% central bank cap for off-plan remains as is, but because the caveat of the construction progress has been reduced, it allows people to take a mortgage once the 50% has been paid. Good news for non-resident buyers. A few banks are financing non-resident buyers for off-plan properties as well. To get more information and to know the mortgage laws as they stand currently, feel free to write into us. Thank you.